name's Claire Baker and I'm a former clutterholic, founder of clutterclearing.net, and this is my weekly vlog, just recording how my own personal clutter clearing journey is going. And my clutter clearing journey is my weight loss journey. I've been on this journey since November 2015. Now, if you've seen my previous videos or last week's video, you'll know that this week is the 1 year anniversary of me recording my weekly weight. Although I started my journey in November 2015 and did lose some weight between the November and the February, this is when I started to record my weight loss. Today my goal was to have lost 5 stone or 70 pounds in that calendar year that I have been recording my weekly weight, and I'm really pleased to say I made it. Touch and go there for a bit. I do weigh myself on a Saturday, and when I weighed myself on Saturday, my weight had gone up. But again, having that midweek weigh-in just helps me keep it in check. And certainly this week, it has been a week of sort of realizations, and that actually I can't just carry on. I've got to tweak what I am doing. As I say to people clearing their clutter, the more clutter you clear, the clearer you will become. It is not a matter of you set yourself on this journey down this road and that's it, you just keep going. You are going to have to make tweaks and adjustments along the way. And it is interesting that I'm at the 1 year anniversary of recording my weight, and there are some fairly major shifts and changes that are happening at this point. Now, in my weight loss journey, the last 2-3 weeks ago, I can't remember how long now, I had a major mental breakthrough in terms of my relationship with food, and it was to do with emotional intelligence. That seed has continued to grow and become stronger, and I'm starting to see that affect other areas of my life, or indeed other areas of my behaviour, my reaction to other things. I'll give you an example. My mother-in-law, bless her, who comes and visits very often, we had an issue when she came up in November and for New Year, because she is not accepting that we do not eat fruit. And I fully appreciate that for people, you know, all the media, everything says, oh, fruit's really healthy. Well, actually, for us, it is high in sugar, so we don't eat a lot of fruit. I actually, more or less, borderline shouted at her at New Year when she brought up oranges and satsumas. And I was really blunt, because she had brought up oranges and satsumas throughout last year when she came to visit. And I kept saying to her, June, you know we don't eat oranges and satsumas. You are going to take these home. And I sent her home with the oranges and satsumas about 2 or 3 times. We saw her last Friday. There was a family funeral that we went to. She was coming along, so we picked her up. And as my husband went into her flat to pick her up, I said to him, whatever she's bought, we're not having it. We are not taking home food. And I understand that her generation, she's 79, her generation is that you buy gifts for people and you know, whatnot. She doesn't buy flowers, apparently, because she's worried that the cats are going to eat them and die. So food is her thing, and she is a foodie anyway, and she is very, very health conscious. And I discovered later on that she had bought a bag full of oranges and satsumas. And I did pretty much lose my patience when I found out. And I said, look, June, what is it going to take for you to learn that we do not eat oranges and satsumas? This is about the 6th time that you have tried to give us oranges and satsumas, and we've had to give them back. We don't eat them. And I think there's a bit of, you're not feeding my son correctly. Not that it's my responsibility, and not that I'm the one that feeds him, but again, that generation is quite traditional, and you know, it's my job to look after her son. It's not but again, I completely understand from her perspective, it probably is. And I did get really, really annoyed because I feel, I might be wrong, but it feels as though she's trying to say, you're not eating correctly. You should be eating fruit. And I don't care how many times you tell me that you don't eat oranges and satsumas. I'm going to buy oranges and satsumas. So I don't know whether she's struggling actually with my success on it, because she's never seen me this slim. I am below the weight I was when I first met my husband. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to ask my counsellor today, see if she can help me figure it out, or sow a seed that might come up with the answer. What was also interesting was that at the funeral, there were lots of people there. It was for the lady that I'm doing the swim-a-thon for in April. There was a group of us just chatting at the gathering afterwards, and it came up that I had lost weight because some of the people there I am friends with on Facebook, so they've seen my journey, and one of the group said, you know, I said I've lost 6.5 stone, and he said, what? How much? And I said yes, and I've still got 3.5 to go. No, and it was great. It was lovely because, you know, the group was saying that's amazing, that's fantastic. My mother-in-law turned round to him and said, yes, but she did get very fat. And I might be being oversensitive, but it just felt as if she couldn't just give me that, you know, well done. Because, and maybe there's a conflict going on for her with, you're not eating what she thinks is healthily, so therefore you don't deserve to have lost all this weight because you haven't done it healthily, in her eyes. I know better because of what I've learnt in the last year and a bit. But it did hurt. And I know it shouldn't, but, you know, mother-in-law saying, well, almost trying to cancel out the fact that I've lost 6.5 stone by saying, yes, but she did put on a lot of weight. She did get very fat. So yes, that's going to be an interesting one to talk about with my counsellor today. Other feedback, thank you for those who have left comments on last week's video. Brenda said, amazing Claire, £2 a week is really good. Your determination is inspirational. And I always learn something from your vlog. I'll be trying your TRE and let you know. Do try it. Commit to at least 6 weeks, okay? Don't just, it's like anything. Counselling, clutter clearing, weight loss, TRE, one is not going to make a difference. So commit to at least 6, and you might be surprised. Whatever you're doing is working, so I'm happy to take a page from your book. Brenda from Canada. Thank you for sharing that, Brenda, and thanks for the encouragement. Blue Jay has said, yay for your success. I can totally relate to all you have mentioned about emotional intelligence and the lack of it in one's upbringing and how much this impacts so many things in our lives. Oh yeah. Who knew? It is one of those emotional working through tasks that proceeds in the way or form of a spiral as it unfolds at different stages in life in different circumstances, and hopefully becomes something less and less painful and more liberating as it goes through it once again at a higher level, which is never quite the same. Quite right. For me, I'm not finding it painful. I think since I did my NLP training back in the early 2000s, I enjoy learning and understanding. I've always been one of those people, so I take it as a lesson learning. It's frustrating that I've spent so much of my life constrained by it, but I haven't noticed that it's painful. But I appreciate for other people it may be. It is a blessing when one does find a healthy, nurturing emotional bond elsewhere, as you have mentioned finding in your husband. Absolutely. I do have a question that is diet related. How do you manage the fast days? Aren't you starving all day long? Keep up the great work and fingers crossed for the end of the year, calendar year. Yay! Well, Blue Jay, it's interesting what you say. Now, you may have seen a clutter clearing video. I actually uploaded it yesterday called the Clutter Clearing Conveyor Belt. And the basic principle is that with your clutter and indeed with your weight, things come into your home or onto the conveyor belt. They travel along the conveyor belt and possibly stay on the conveyor belt. And at some point, they hopefully get clutter cleared off your conveyor belt. Okay, so I use this for my clients who have physical clutter in their home. It's exactly the same with our weight. If we eat more than we burn, we are going to put on weight. If we eat the same amount as we burn, our weight will stay the same. If we eat less than we burn, we will lose weight. Not difficult. So you say about, aren't you starving all day long? I learned fairly early on in my journey, this time last year, that what I thought was feeling full was actually bloating. And that actually it's really nice to feel hungry. Not starving, but to hungry, going, I'm ready for some food. I know I need some food. My body is telling me I need some food. I need some fuel. And I suppose that's the shift that my counsellor has kept saying over the year and a bit that I've been seeing her. Food is now a fuel. It's no longer a treat. It's no longer, oh, well, I don't feel great, so I'll eat. It's no longer my comfort. It's no longer the crutch that I rely on. So, yeah, yes, I am hungry. And I love my fast days for feeling hungry. I've just had a cooked breakfast. I actually had 2 sausages, 2 bacon, 2 egg. And I really enjoyed it. And I felt as though my taste buds were kind of taking it all in, really enjoying the flavours and the fat. And so I don't starve on my fast days. I am hungry. I have a sedentary lifestyle. I sit at a desk. I go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but in terms of my basal metabolic rate, it's very low because I'm not active. I don't have a labour intensive job. Yes, my mouth talks a lot, but that doesn't use a lot of calories. So again, part of this has been actually acknowledging the fact that I don't need a lot of food. And so listening to my body and saying, do I need food? Is an ongoing learning for me, because we are programmed. You need to have 3 meals a day, and you graze, you just snack. And actually now I listen to my body and go, do I need or want something to eat? No, and it's okay. I've learned that it's okay. The food will still be there. The food is not going to disappear. I can waste it on my body, or I can waste it in the bin if it goes out of date. Which is more important? And actually, I don't want it on my body. I don't want excess food on my body. I will eat food as a fuel. So, taking what you said, Blue Jay, I thought, you know what, today I'm just going to share with you what I do, my weekly program, if you like. And again, this relates to our clutter clearing, because with our clutter clearing, I always talk about the fact we need to make time in order to do our clutter clearing and succeed. It's not going to happen by waving a magic wand, buying a book, buying a storage solution. It's the same with our weight loss. Now, when I actually did this to kind of capture everything to share with you, I realised, gosh, I actually do quite a lot. But because I've been doing it for so long now, and I've built it up slowly, I didn't start off doing all of this. I introduced things. It was a step approach. Actually, this doesn't feel like hard work. This is just what I do. This is my life. Okay, so if I press the right button, ooh, there we go. Look at that. The power of technology. So on the board, I've put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've put breakfast, lunch, dinner. And then I've put the 5 success factors: the learning, the feedback, the method, the doing, the support, and the time. Okay. And I'm going to share with you what my week is like. Okay. Now, on the food, please do not start eating like this, all right? You need to get checked out by your doctor, because I am not a doctor by any means. I do what works for me. I know this is okay, but you should not just start eating the way that I eat, okay? Unless you get yourself checked out by a doctor first, kind of get there okay, because you may have underlying conditions that are affected if you started suddenly eating the way that I eat, all right? So I am literally just sharing with you what I do. I am not encouraging you to follow what I do, yeah. That's my little sort of condition, all right? All right, so Mondays for breakfast, I eat nothing. Lunch on Mondays, I eat nothing. Dinner on Mondays, I have a 3-egg omelette, usually with cheese. Cheese. Okay, that is a fast day. On a fast day, I limit my calorie intake to about 500, 600 calories. I log this all as well on an app. I have a food app, okay? If you're interested in the fasting option, there is a book that is called 5-2. So the fasting that I do is based on the 5-2 diet. Really, really good. But I think it's Dr. Mosley, I think. Anyway, so the egg omelette and the cheese, why do I always eat that? Well, because that is good, high in fat, high in protein. That's got almost no carbs and no sugar. Okay, so that's really important. I eat no carbs, no sugar. Now, as boring as this may sound, I have the same on a Wednesday and a Friday. So Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays are all fast days. So I have nothing for breakfast, nothing for lunch on a Wednesday, nothing for breakfast on a Friday, and nothing for lunch on a Friday. And again, I will have a 3-egg omelette with cheese. 3-egg omelette with cheese. Now, I can vary that. I could have scrambled egg instead. Sometimes I'll have scrambled egg with Scottish smoked salmon. Now that's nice. Or I might make egg muffins in muffin cases. Mix it up. Maybe put some chives in there. Maybe put some cheese or some bacon. Put it in the oven for 20 minutes. They're good. But generally, I'll have the omelette because it's quick and easy. And then I go off to the gym. Yeah? Okay, so what do I do on a Tuesday and a Thursday? Well, Tuesdays and Thursdays are good days because I will have 1 sausage, 1 bacon, and 2 fried eggs. 2 fried eggs. Sounds a bit much? Well, again, it's fat. Limited fat, but that keeps, that means that the carbs and the sugar are not there because that doesn't contain carbs and sugar. And funnily enough, having a cooked breakfast in the morning, I like that. So I then have it on a Thursday, 1 sausage, 1 bacon, 2 fried eggs. I have that on a Thursday, and I have it on a Saturday and Sunday. 1 sausage, 1 bacon, 2 fried egg. 1 sausage, 1 bacon, 2 fried eggs. You'd think I'd get bored, wouldn't you, of eating the same thing Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday? I don't, really don't. And as Marisa, my counsellor, said, part of that is because you don't feel like you're denying yourself, because you can't, if I was on a diet, I'm not on a diet, if I was on a diet, they wouldn't allow you, or you wouldn't really be allowed to eat sausages, bacon and fried eggs. So I don't feel like I'm denying myself, but because it's high in fat, no carbs, no sugar, we're all good. And the fat fills you up. That's why I only have one sausage, one bacon, because the fat does make you feel full. Okay, and because it's high in fat, this diet, relatively speaking, that's why, especially if you have heart condition, high cholesterol, diabetes, anything like that, it's even more important that you get checked out by a doctor first, because could kill you, I guess. I don't know, I'm not a medic, but anyway. So what do I have for lunch on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday? Well, I did have cubes of cheese. High in fat, no carbs, no sugar. But this week I am changing that. So I'm going to have 1 piece of roast chicken. That's high in protein, low in fat, but also low in calories. I have reviewed my numbers of my nutritional goals, and I need to reduce my calories. So piece of roast chicken, and I love chicken. I buy the ready roasted chicken, and they're about 120 grams each. So 1 piece roast chicken, 1 piece roast chicken. Now again, you'd think I'd get bored. No. Because I haven't eaten in between, I'm not just aimlessly eating. I'm eating because I need to eat. And yeah, and hopefully as well with the chicken, the protein will level out my hormones at certain times of my monthly cycle, which has been a challenge with the carbs and the stodge urging. So I'm gonna start doing that, see how it goes. What do I eat in the evening? What do I eat for dinner on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday or Sunday? Well, basically I eat meat and then or fish. Oh, we've got salmon tonight. Love salmon. And cauliflower rice. Cauliflower rice. Usually with broccoli as well. That's so easy. Because obviously not eating potatoes, not eating pasta, not eating rice, because they are all carbohydrates. And cauliflower rice, the best thing I ever learned. Basically, you get a cauliflower, you get a food mixer, and you blitz the cauliflower. And because we're lazy, we also blitz broccoli into it. We blitz, at the moment we're blitzing Brussels sprouts, love Brussels sprouts, blitz them, mix it all in the mixer, just literally blitz it, and then in a wok, 10 minutes with garlic butter, fry it essentially, and oh, it's lovely, and it's really filling, really filling. So meat and fish, cauliflower, rice, and that's what we have. Now, cauliflower rice, meat and fish, cauliflower rice. Now, again, you'd think it'd be boring, but no, we generally have some pork, some beef steak, love beef steak, with cream on top as a sauce. Cream, high in fat, but low in, no carbs, no sugar. Who knew you could lose this much weight on a high fat, well, not high fat, fat diet. Now, we used to have, on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, clotted cream with strawberries and blueberries, or raspberries and blueberries. Because my calorie intake needs to reduce to start shifting the weight at the same speed it used to be, I am now going to restrict myself to the clotted cream, strawberries and blueberries at a weekend. So clotted cream, strawberries and blueberries. Clotted cream, strawberries, you know. Quarter of a pot, so it's about 50 grams of clotted cream, Cornish clotted cream. Yum. The cats quite like that as well because they get to lick the bowl out. So they're going to be a bit upset that today and Thursday they're not going to get the clotted cream bowls. But that's just that's just to reduce my calorie intake. So I will be hungry today, or not hungry. I won't feel as full as I used to on a Tuesday and a Thursday now, but that's because I need to shift the calories in order to lose more weight. I've obviously reached a point where the calories I take in, the amount I eat, is not a huge amount less than what I burn, i.e. comes off the conveyor belt. So I'm going to further reduce what comes in so that more comes off than comes on. Simple as that. Okay. So yes, I'm sure you're looking at it thinking, gosh, that's a high fat diet, and that is very repetitive, but it's not. Dinners change. And again, for simplicity, food is a fuel now. It is no longer, you know, a treat. It's no longer the focus of my life. So knowing that, hey, I'm just going to have a piece of roast chicken for lunch. Don't have to think about it. Can get on with work. Much more productive. Okay, so I hope that explains how I'm actually doing the food. In terms of the other 5 success factors, again, there are certain things that happen. So my learning and feedback, when does that happen? Well, that happens with my weigh in on a Tuesday, like today. And as I've mentioned, I do also do a weigh-in on a Saturday, just to see how I'm going. And if it is that I have not shifted any weight between Tuesday and Saturday, then I may do an extra fast day on a Sunday. I did do that this week. I did have my sausage, bacon and fried eggs for breakfast, but then I just had an omelette in the evening, and that helped. That helped me lose a pound. The method, what do I do with the method? Well, what I do is I review it. Yeah, so just like this week, I've reviewed my eating plan this week, and that's where I've changed my cheese lunch to chicken lunch, and cutting out the cream and the strawberries and blueberries for dinner. So the method I do review, because just like I say, it's a conveyor belt. The amount you eat, the amount you burn, you know, we need to make sure that there's a deficit so that we lose weight. Okay, doing the doing. What am I doing with doing my doing? I'm doing my gym and my swim. And I do that on a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday. Really noticed it this Friday. Really missed going to the gym this Friday because we weren't here. We were at the family funeral. So yes, definitely felt it last night when we went to the gym. Even just having one day off. What about the support success factor? Well, that's a Tuesday usually. So that's my counselling. Yeah, so that's where I get my support. And learning comes from that as well. And then in terms of the time, we've always talked about time. If you want to succeed at a goal, you're going to have to make time. Now with the clutter clearing process, I always say to people, no more than 2 hours a day, okay? Because then it becomes a chore, it takes over your life, okay? Now, what's really interesting is the time. What time do I spend on this kind of program? Well, I'm not counting the time that it takes to make breakfast, lunch and dinner, because you would have that whether you were doing this or not. You know, I would still have to make breakfast, lunch and dinner, so I'm not allowing for that time. But if we allow for the gym and the swim, it actually is, in terms of out of the house, it's 2 hours for that. Yeah, on a Tuesday, the food doesn't take any time, the weigh-in doesn't take any time, the reviewing doesn't take any time, but the counselling, by the time I've gone to counselling and come back, that's an hour and a half. Wednesday, that's the gym, so that's another 2 hours. Again, that's leaving my front door, coming back in through my front door. So it's about an hour in the gym, half an hour in the pool doing my swimming, and then the rest is commuting, if you like, to the gym. Thursdays, how much does my program take? I forgot something here actually. And I actually forgot to put in the doing is my TRE. I mentioned that last week. Trauma release exercise, I think. Now again, from door to door, that's 2 hours. That's my stress release, that is. Friday is the gym again, so that's 2 hours. Now on a Saturday and Sunday, I might do a walk or a cycle. But again, because I don't do that regularly, especially with the weather at the moment, probably will when spring, summer arrives. So that's 0 and 0. So I have 2 days off. So 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.5 hours a week. 1 day a week I actually spend working on my weight loss journey. That's about the same amount of time I would encourage my clutter clearing clients to spend on their clutter clearing journey each week. But like I say, I don't feel, if you said to me you're spending a day a week on your weight loss journey, crikey, that's a huge chunk of time. But because I'm only doing a little bit each day, lots of littles make a lot. So actually the cumulative effect is that 1 day a week I am spending on my weight loss journey, but I don't feel it because going to the gym and going for my swim, it's just part of what I do. The food isn't an issue. Just like with our clutter clearing journey, our daily check-ins that we have to do, they become just automatic, barely take any time. So don't register in terms of, gosh, I'm spending 5 minutes doing my daily check-in. So again, hopefully that gives you a sense of kind of what I've been up to. And as with our clutter clearing journey, just reviewing and tweaking it. I've tweaked it this week with changing some of the food so that they're lower in calorie, but still low in carbs and sugar. And we'll see how it goes. And then guess what? Next week, I will learn and feedback from how my weight loss is over this next week. I only made this change on Saturday, so it's not been there long enough to see the difference. Does that make sense? I know this is a slightly longer video than normal. Do keep the comments and the sharing going because it does really help me, and I'm sure it helps other people who watch these videos as well. But yes, feeling good and feeling positive that the tweaking that I've done will speed up. I want to get out of first gear. I feel like I've gone down to first gear with my weight loss journey. Hopefully these tweaks will take me back up to second or third gear, so it speeds it up a bit. All right, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments below and I'll see you next week. Take care.